To start off, we didn't plan to have a viral wedding at all. Welcome to another episode. My name is Amenyah.
I am Irene Amenyah.
So I know most of you are itching to know about our wedding, what went into it, how we planned it, how we managed to, execute it. But trust me, today I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people are going to be very surprised to know. Stay tuned. All right, so our wedding, our big day on the 1st of April, 2023. You said I do.
Mm-hmm.
You said I do now?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I said I do too.
We both said we do.
We said okay. We said we do. I do, you do. You do. Makes the two of us, right? I do, yeah. So, our wedding, let's start from the date. Do you know one of the things that people have been talking about is the choice of the date, and it's actually very funny. A lot of people thought it was April Fool. Do you realize that it was
that actually helped to control the crowd.
It kind of helped to control the crowd. I don't know if I invited anybody who stayed away. I think yes, maybe just a few people stayed away because they thought it was a prank. But guys, we didn't deliberately choose 1st April because we wanted to keep people out of our event. Okay, it was a mere coincidence. And the truth of the matter is that 1st of April is actually the date Irene accepted my marriage proposal. So, we had met earlier and then we had spoken, but 1st of April is the day she said yes to my marriage proposal. So, coincidentally, we just happened to choose 1st April. And I didn't realize because we were supposed to have our wedding earlier.
Yes, in March.
In March. Our wedding was supposed to take place in March, but we postponed it. I started the year feeling very sick. I was in the hospital for a very long time. So I didn't have the energy to start planning. So we decided to postpone it to April. Mm-hmm. Also, another thing. So one of the questions that somebody asked me at the barber shop, my barber asked me whether we deliberately took a picture and sent to a blogger to post and had the thing went viral.
Because people actually pay for this.
Because people actually pay for the hype we got, right? And it's actually so funny. Guys, we never ever planned to be sitting here like this, starting a channel where, we're just going to be having fun and it's going to be called the Amenyahs. To start off, we didn't plan to have a viral wedding at all. That was the last thing on our minds when we were planning.
So our invitation was even by the strictly by invite.
Yes. We wanted something very intimate. I mean, I've talked to you about the dates. Choosing 1st of April, which was an April Fool's date, was not something that was deliberate. I just chose the date. I didn't even care about, what that date meant. But some people interpreted, people always read meanings into things, right?
Yeah.
And it's actually very funny. People actually stayed away from the wedding because they thought it was a prank.
Yeah.
They thought the date, that there was a prank and there was nothing happening. I remember one of my friends called me on video to be sure I was dressed like a groom before she actually drove out of her house to come for the event. It was very fun. We did everything we could to keep this wedding private, didn't we?
We did. No photography.
No photography.
People still took photos.
People still took photos. So we posted no photography allowed signs at the gate.
Yes.
We were not allowing non-professionals to take photos because we didn't want our photos to get out there. There was security at the gate. Wedding was strictly by invitation. What else? What else did we do? We invited a very few people. Number of people. In fact, the friends we invited would not be up to 50, if you ask me. It was more, it was more of family than outsiders. So for this to happen is actually very interesting. But I feel Irene, you got your karma for what has happened. Because guys, so there was a time, I'm going to tell you something. So there was a time when we were having a chat, and then my wife said to me, at the time, we're still dating. So I'm sitting down one day, then she sends me this photo, and then I look at it, and I'm like, what is this about? Then she says, look at her hairstyle, look at her hairstyle, look at her hairstyle. What kind of hairstyle is this? And I'm like, I mean, do you realize that yours is coming up? Do you remember I said that to you?
Yes, and I have my payback.
And you have it. Did I say that to you?
Yes, you did.
So
your words actually worked.
So all that is happening is very, very funny because she thrown another bride a month ago, and guess what happened? All that happened is just I feel it just had to happen.
Yes.
Because We did everything we could to keep this wedding very private, to keep it out of the public eye, to keep it off social media. But trust me,
When vice versa.
what will happen will happen.
Yes.
We made sure that there was no photography allowed. So it means somebody actually stole the shot. And guess what? That stolen shot is the one that went viral.
Thanks to that person. I mean, without the person.
Guess what? Here we are, right? Without the person, we wouldn't be sitting here. We chose a date. We did an invite list of 100 people.
Yes.
We did an invite list of 100 people, out of which 50 from each side, out of which 60 in all were family members, and about 40 were friends. And so the venue obviously was a family house, so we didn't have to struggle so much with that. Why you laughing? So my wife and I wanted a very intimate and private event. As you can see, my wife is a very simple and classy lady. We didn't want anything over the top, Irene.
Something very simple. And from the depot, he picked from my favorite color.
You chose
orange.
the
Yes. So he asked our colors. I gave him orange and then depot.
Yeah.
So that was his inspiration.
Why orange and purple? Why? I remember you saying
my color is orange.
and
So
mine is purple.
yes.
So her color was the most dominant color. We used the orange with different shades of other colors, in between there somewhere. So that was the decor inspiration. We wanted something very simple. I remember we spoke to a couple of vendors when it comes to the decor. We got people, sharing ideas with us as to how they wanted the place to look, and some were over the top. We didn't take any of that because I'm sure sometimes when people perceive a client in a certain way, they try to suggest things that they feel would fit them or would suit them, which is okay, I understand. But we really wanted the thing to be about us and not about the pomp and pageantry. Okay, I get it. There are some couples that want that, but we didn't want that. We really wanted the day to be on the low, very quiet, very peaceful. We wanted a very, very, very peaceful event. Like when you come to our event and it's like you are at home, like you are, sometimes some events can feel like, ooh, I'm somewhere and it's like it's so tight. Like you can't wait to get out of your clothes, you can't wait to get out of your shoes. But we didn't want that. We wanted something that is very much at home.
From timing to the serene environment.
How long did the event last?
I think 2 hours.
2 hours. 2 hours. We started at 10. 10:30. Yeah. And then by 12:30, 1 o'clock, we were out of the place. So that was it. And we didn't anticipate social media attention. I didn't invite any bloggers. I didn't invite any media house or anything like that, and we don't know how our pictures got out. And that's why I feel what happened was meant to happen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it was a very beautiful event, all in all. It was a very
not to forget. Pizza Man, Chicken Man.
Oh, Chicken Man! Big shout out to Chicken Man. So Chicken Man actually did us a lot of good. So they sponsored our catering on that day. So, and the food was very tasty. Chicken Man, thank you so much for sponsoring our big day. It was such a delight to have you on board. And
the cocktail bar. The cocktail bar.
Yeah, we had a local bar. So we had a local bar where we served some of our favorite local drinks and all that. And then so all that happened in 2 hours. And then we were out of the place. Now, when it comes to our looks, for me, there wasn't much. I just had a kitchen to throw on, so there wasn't much. But your dress, we had a very beautiful dress on that day at Masik. Very simple.
Yes.
Why did you choose that style?
So we had our kente design.
Yeah.
We came up with a designer. It was not a solo decision, We came up with a designer.
Yeah.
We just sketched some things, like 2 to 4 dresses,
Yes,
and then we chose one out of the menu.
But why did you choose that particular one, that particular style?
It was very simple.
Very simple.
Very simple.
So everything we did was aimed at simplicity.
Yeah.
Everything we did was aimed at simplicity, guys. We really wanted a very simple and peaceful. The word is peaceful. And everything we did was aimed at simplicity and peace. So there you go. So even the choice of her hair, choice of outfit, even me, I wasn't in my usual, I didn't come in my full regalia as you would expect. I just threw a kente on and I was there, wanted a very simple event. So we had fun. What went into the choice of your bridesmaids?
I mean, I choose the closest friends,
Mhm.
not about the quantity, but about the quality. They've been my good friends since day one, so
Yeah.
I went for them.
Yeah. So she had 4 good friends that she felt had been supportive in her life. So she chose the number 4, and I just went with the flow. I mean, if we could have had more, but it was really
The fewer the merrier.
the fewer the merrier. It was really down to simplicity. So for me, I think that that summarized our wedding. When it comes to budget, like I said, which we aimed at simplicity. We had it was one of those events where you came and then you wouldn't have anything to complain about, because we made sure that our guests were well taken care of.
Yeah.
Because we invited just the right number. We invited 100 people, but we ended up having more than that.
Yes.
As always, there'll always be plus ones and all that. Even though the event was strictly by invitation, but we made room for excesses.
Yes.
So after the wedding, we had so much food left.
So much drinks.
There was so much drinks left. There was so much food left, and which usually doesn't happen at Ghanaian weddings, because people, oversubscribe to Ghanaian weddings, and sometimes you have things running out. For the first time, we had things left. We had so much food left. We had so much drinks left, because we made sure that we had just the right number of people to cater for. So always make sure when you're planning your wedding, I think one of the tips is to make sure you just try and control the size.
Have a double of everything.
Have a double of the number.
Yes.
But the initial number should still be quite small.
Yes.
Okay, because if you project 200 people, trust me, you're going to have 400. If you project 100, you have 200 or 150. But it all boils down to also how much we are talking, and you also sometimes standing your grounds, because family is always going to come in. The family is always going to try to interfere when it comes to these things. So I think that's pretty much it. Is there anything we left out?
I don't think so. We have said all we have to.
Yeah, the rings, our bands. So the bands, I chose a band for my wife. She didn't like it. I actually bought our first set of bands, and then she said, "No, I don't like this." And we had to get a different set of bands, and now she had her beautiful pear-shaped band. So yeah, that's just basically it. We didn't spend more than
I think they should come and see us for the actual figure.
the actual figure,
Yes.
right? Okay, you'll come and see me for the actual figure. But guys, these are just a few tips you might need when you're planning your big day. If you have any questions, like specific questions pertaining to planning your big day, you could drop them in the comment section, and then I'll be more than happy to help you out. Okay, if you're looking for specific vendors that you think might be good for your big day, also feel free to drop them in the comment section, and then we'll be more than happy to recommend our vendors to you.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right, cool. So it's been a great one. We'll be back on another episode. Thank you so much for watching the Amenyahs. My name is Harold Amenyah, and I'm here with my lovely wife, as usual.
Irene Amenyah.
See you on the next episode. Right.
Fake to you now.
Babes, we haven't talked about our invitation. Our invitation, the design and then everything. The artwork
Certificates
and all
and
that.
everything.
Yeah. Who came up with the hashtag? I think it was a graphic designer, right?
Yes, I think he merged both names, Harold and Irene.
Harrowing. So our hashtag was Harrowing.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Harrowing.
my Ashanti brothers are going to. I don't know how my Ashanti brothers are going to manage that name, but yeah, Harrowing 23 is our hashtag, or was our hashtag.
And then H for Harold, I for Irene. We have high.
Yeah, we did a logo so that
Yes,
our backdrop logo was high. High. Once again, another thing for this time for the gowns. High.
So one for the guns, one for the Ashanti.
Yeah, so that was it. And then so we consulted someone to help us with the
Design.
design. And once again we chose what inspired our colors.
We use my favorite color, the orange as well.
Yeah. So it was your color. So it was orange and white.
Yes.
Very simple.
Very.
I remember telling the graphic designer that I need this invite to be as simple as possible, like straight to the point. See, I can't even overemphasize how simple we wanted this event to be. Simple and very classy. If you looked at our invite, and you read it, you could just get the details straight. No excessive embellishments, no excessive
Including the
designs.
directions.
Including the directions. There was a link.
Yes, you just
There was a
tap on it.
link that you can click on that will send you straight to the venue, right?
Yeah. So far, so good. I mean, those who are it.
Yes.
Those
And
who
those who thought it was a prank also stayed home.
Yes.
And,
And later blamed us for the dates.
But guess what? Some people have chastised us for not inviting them. What do you have to say about that?
It wasn't intentional.
It wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional. We didn't set out to disappoint or brown anybody.
The major concern was on the family.
On the
Just
family,
a
yeah.
few-
It was really supposed to be
Yes.
something very intimate for family. So that's what we did. We really wanted something very intimate and simple. So guys, if you didn't get an invitation, for all our friends and loved ones out there, please forgive us if you didn't get an invitation. We'll do a very huge one at the stadium so that we can invite everybody to come celebrate with us.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Okay, so from simplicity, crowd control, weather, lightning, everything.
Everything was just perfect.
Yes, as we prayed for.
God did.
God did.
I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to you now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning.
Hi guys, guess what? We've just finished having a meeting with Team Adansi and we're so excited. Our honeymoon trip is on its way and we're headed to Dubai and Abu Dhabi. It's the 10th anniversary celebration for Adansi Travels and we're joining them right on that trip. So come with us and let's have some fun. Adansi at 10. It's a vibe. Let's go. See you soon.